do we want to start with the best game? I mean, do we want to start with Kansas State,
let's
TCU?
Start with Kansas State and TCU, which was, again, it was the best game. Kansas State jumped out to that lead at halftime and then lost both their quarterbacks and changed the game. It's led to a conspiracy theory about TCU headhunting QBs, but there's only one cheap shot in all that. That was Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
And, that just kind of worked out that way. They were already winning that. Here's the thing. Taking Dylan Gabriel out of that game made no difference. They were already winning that game by 1 billion. So
yeah, I don't think that was going to be the absolute game changer when they were down by 48 points. But
I've had several different people text me or DM me about what's this deal about K-State and the QBs? Because they have in consecutive weeks, Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Daniels, they banged up Spencer Sanders.
Right.
And then 2 quarterbacks against Kansas State have all gone out of the game or been injured. But
I'm not saying the name of the game is headhunting. You never want to do that. But the name of the game is to hit the quarterback.
Well, they're just tough. I mean, they've got a great attitude. Their chemistry is great, and they get after you. And they got after Kansas State in the second half. Will Howard was playing really, really well when he came in after Adrian Martinez.
Also his was on a designed run as well, too. It's not like they're standing in the pocket and they launch themselves out. It's just Kansas State runs the quarterback. Now, the reason that I think that they there's a twofold to this is because I don't know if they were expecting Adrian Martinez they had prepared for the run game the entire time, and he came in and he was throwing the ball, and so now we had to adjust.
Well, and then he was gone in 45 seconds. I mean, it was like.
Well, no, not Adrian Martinez. Once he went out, they now had to adjust to the throw game, and it wasn't. They couldn't adjust, or maybe that guy could just throw the pill a little bit.
They were up 28-10, and then going in and TCU scores right before half, which kind of changed their momentum, and they got it going. And Max Duggan, who used to be a prisoner of the moment, is now the master of it. And we saw it one time, that Baylor game that went into overtime. He took control of that game and was that close, right, to scoring a touchdown that would have won the game for him, but didn't. But he has really matured in this last year, and he's unbelievable. But TCU controls it, and they even Quentin Johnson had his lowest output in weeks. And still made a big play. I mean, we
can't take away from Kendra Miller.
No, Kendra Miller had a great.
He was unbelievable. 29 carries, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also caught a pass as well. But yeah, it was only 74 yards through the air for Johnson.
Yeah. So
I mean, Paul, I'll get on the tinfoil hat and say that the Grim Reaper indeed wears purple, and and all these quarterbacks are getting hurt. But if Kansas State, if their quarterbacks simply stay healthy, do the Wildcats win that game? Because I think they do.
I think they do. I think they had the momentum. I think it was going.
They had the lead, and they could have controlled the pace if Adrian. Now they have that lead because they're throwing in the red zone, and they were able to do some pop passes to their tight ends and stuff like that. Some of those fake cell runs that you saw Tim Tebow used to do, where they'll fake in like this. Sorry, out of the mic, but they'll fake in like this and then go over the top. They were able to catch them with a couple of those. But yeah, if they get out to that lead, all of a sudden you're just running Deuce Vaughn, and we're playing a clock game. Yeah. At this point.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that they might. But again, TCU found a way. They found a way against Oklahoma State, which brings us to Oklahoma State.